Agam has, I feel, one of the most dedicated fan base.
No, we really get humbled and feel so grounded when people are coming in large numbers. This is the monsoon season, right? We had two gigs. We played in Mysore Dasra and we played in Kochi. The rains were non-stop throughout the gig. No one moved. Now, in such situations, you feel like, do I really deserve this? Like, what have we done that people are actually like sitting and paying so much attention to what we're doing?
Respect to those fans,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
bands are there because fans are there. That is, again, it's an exchange that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that there is something like that.
No, seriously, I mean, each and every fan, I really want to thank for giving us so much love everywhere.
Hey guys, welcome to Art and Culture Tribe. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we have with us an amazing drummer, plays with many Bollywood artists, also a part of the band Agam. You want to know more about him? Check out this video. So let's welcome Yadhunandan Nagaraj. Hello.
Thank you, Dinkar. Hello.
How are you,
Thank
bro?
you. I'm good. It's been a busy month.
Okay.
I guess we're in November and the season.
Yes, yes.
So we're in the middle of the season, and it's a blessing that we're all get to do what we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
Happy, and I guess it's been 2-3 years that things have picked up for all of us, and we're back on track. As a musician, it's a blessing to be doing this on a daily basis, and music keeps me happy. Yeah.
Amazing, bro. So, how I was reading about you, and I was very surprised to know that guitars and vocals were your first interest, right? So, let's talk about that and what ventured you into drumming.
Yeah. So basically, my mother and my sister, so they were learning music, their Carnatic training. So they were going through that. So my mother was going through that when I was young, and the music was there in the house, and she was getting trained, and then my sister, and I guess my mother also wanted me to sing.
Okay.
So that was, I guess, probably singing along with them was a thing at home. And I studied in St. Joseph's Indian High School, which is right across the road. So singing competitions were a thing in schools, right? So my mother used to prep me for those singing competitions. So I used to sing Kannada songs.
Okay.
Very shy. So I used to just, shivering and singing, but I still used to bag some second prize, third prize and all that.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, I got upgraded to assembly singing. So that's the singing journey, and guitars, again, in the same school, summer camp.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a slow, then I chose guitar. I probably spent like around 4-5 months. And then I figured that my fingers are not equipped for that. And I used to feel, I was in 8th. So I was like 12 years, 13 years. I couldn't hold the fretboard. I couldn't. And I'm like, okay, this is not for me. It's just paining too much. And it was too many details. From then, probably another year down the line, I could hear the drums in the school. We had a music room. So my seniors were like practicing, and then I could hear them. And that from the vocals and from the guitar, I guess the trajectory moved towards drums, because I guess I was always attracted to drums since childhood. Even though vocals and guitars were happening, there was this thing that I used to get attracted to drums, even when something comes up on TV, or if there's a carnival, something's going in front of your house, people are playing the kuttu thing and all that, you get attracted. And once I also got lost, apparently, and they took some time to find where I was. And my dad also had gifted me like a small kuti, those toy drums.
Yeah.
This was before vocals and before I started singing. This was like way younger. So I guess that popped up again. That memory came back when I heard someone playing drums in the music room. I was part of the NCC. So my NCC was like after 4:30. So 5 o'clock we start prepping the march past and all that stuff. And I could hear the drums. I'm like, what am I doing? Let me just leave this NCC thing. Dropped out of NCC. Went to my vice principal. Not vice principal. one of the administrative, Father Henry.
Okay.
I went and spoke to him and said, Father, I want to learn drums. He's like, yeah, please go speak to my first sir, Mr. Raj, who was the music teacher in the school. So I went to him and I just asked him, sir, can you teach me drums? He's like, yeah, just go pick a pair of drumsticks. So I went all the way, Majestic, got down the bus. I was in school, right? Back then, my dad is like, if you want your drumsticks, go get your drumsticks. So took 2-3 buses, walked, and I found Veena Musicals somewhere in the corner in Majestic. Got my first pair of drumsticks. So I can still remember that day. Took 2 buses back home with all that joy. Those were that typical marching sticks. I didn't even buy the right sticks. That huge tip.
Yes.
So I went and showed it to my sir. He's like, okay, you've got something. So yeah, vocals, guitars, and then the drums. Yeah. But the vocals and guitars just faded. And the drum has just kept me
Going
alive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your early music introduction and what made you so, like, you're one of the craziest drummers that I've seen. We recently were watching Jugalbandi at the Agam show.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's crazy. So it's also very technical, right? If you,
Yeah. A bit. Yeah.
So your early music or the kinds of bands you were listening to, what were they?
Listening, playing and listening is 2 different things. So when I was listening, it was all about at home, right? Your Carnatic was at home also. So, I was never focused into it, but it was always there. You could hear it. It was on the TV and all that. And then obviously 90s, so there was this introduction to Western music. My sister and I went through that whole NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Venga Boys and all that stuff. So that was like a whole pop thing, Okay. So the groove was always there. So you could hear the groove in those music, right? So that was always there. So we used to enjoy that. But I guess the playing thing happened when I started playing drums.
Okay.
Then that exposure to, there's something called a band. There's something called a drummer. You have to listen to other musicians. You have to play. Then that journey was something else. And then buy cassettes and listen to bands. From the pop stars or whatever, it went to the bands. Then it became Metallica. Then it became Iron Maiden. So big trajectory from there.
Yes.
From pop to directly to rock. That all happened in college because I was surrounded with boys who were listening to that. Right, exposed to Iron Maiden when I was in 10th. Then I'm like, how do I do that? Listen to the cassette, CDs.
Yeah.
Without the internet and all that stuff.
Correct.
So,
I think college, at least when we were growing up, probably we're all of the same age, and college is the best place to, at least was the best place. I don't know how people share music now.
Yeah.
And something that deeply not worries me, but I wonder, how people would get, listening to new music, because it was like, you remember, bro, check out this band. This is good, cassettes exchange. So I have this band, you take this cassette, you give me this exchange of, music.
I still have those cassettes, which written. So I was in a band called Shamans.
Okay.
So this was in St. Joseph's PUC. I started in SJ PUC, and Bryden, Manek, myself, Prashant, another bass player. So we all had a band when we were in 11th. So we were called Shamans.
Okay.
And so Bryden had given me a cassette. I still have that. It says Iron Maiden. Okay. So he has made a mixtape. We used to take that home, and that's how we used to share music, right?
Correct.
CDs and...
Yes.
I don't know how the current generation is... I guess the joy was... I hope that the joy still exists with this internet era.
Yes.
The kind of fun we have had.
Absolutely. It was like, and sometimes somebody would, the recommendations were nice, obviously when we buy a CD or a cassette, we would listen to our favorite song, but then our friends would say, you should listen to that song, and then it would change so many things around you.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That was good time. I hope, kids definitely do that now.
It's too many options now, I guess, to just get scattered and...
So you play with many artists, right? We'll talk about collaborators in India. You performed with Adnan Sami, Salim Suleiman. Sonamohapatra, which I think you're currently playing with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did see a snippet recently.
Yeah.
And even Diljit Dosanjh.
Yeah, that's one off gig. Yeah.
Okay. Can
Had
you
the chance to play with him as well. Yeah.
All right. So can you share some experiences? Because they're all different kinds of artists.
Yeah.
And you have to prepare differently because your drumming styles will change as the music requires. Correct. So how did you prep yourself for that, and how was your experience with them?
Yeah. So back in Bangalore, when I was in Bangalore, so there's a story which goes till there. So which is I'm from Bangalore, and rock musician. Then upgraded to metal because I was exposed to metal and I started liking double bass and all that stuff. And that happened back in college. Then I played with a couple of bands. We used to cover Cannibal Corpse and straight up hardcore double bass. That was fun. I used to have a lot of fun with it. It's just pure aggression coming in. Just don't care about ears, don't care about nothing. No taking care of your. Just go play, have fun. From there, and I guess there's a point which. There's a good graph from understanding dynamics. It's just I know that I wanted to be a musician, not a metal drummer.
Okay.
That understanding I had that. I didn't want to be a metal guy forever. I wanted to learn drums and different aspects of genres, and that exploration journey is which led me to listen to different kinds of music, and then the thought that I could probably learn the pop music, the Hindi, and I was part of a reality show. I don't know if you know about it.
Okay.
It was called MTV Rock On.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
This was in 2010. So that opened a lot of a lot of windows for me towards the Bollywood music because it was called Rock On, and the concept was taking the existing Bollywood music and redo it
in the rock
in the rock category.
Yeah, okay.
Then on that particular show Ram Sampath, the composer, he was a judge, which made a lot of impact for me because he was guiding every one of us to the right direction. Yes, you are a rock drummer, but now you're doing this. You can do dynamics. You can work on your tempo. That those directions happened in that show. Because then that, okay, you've been happy doing something which you wanted to do for the longest time, but there's someone giving you a direction to it. Someone as a big composer like Ram Sampath.
Yes.
So those guidelines I started taking in. And there was this one thing that I was part of a lot of bands in Bangalore. There was this band called Ux. I don't know if you heard about it. That was me, Arjun,
Okay.
MPN, Sridhar Vardarajan,
Okay.
vocalist called Xavier, and Ravish Turkey. We had a beautiful band. And then I guess a couple of us, I was leaving the country. I was leaving Bangalore, and our vocalist left. And then I was like, okay, what's next for me? I was done with the rock. I was never done with the rock thing, but I realized that I need to do this full time. And education was not doing great in that. I was always concentrating on music. And then something which should give me the money also, right? To just take care of everything else. So this thing of moving to Bombay arrived on my mind, and then spoke to my parents, and they were like a little. Maybe, I don't know, because there's no guarantee what's going to happen in the future, right?
Yeah.
But you want to take that leap of, faith, took it, and then the new things happened, then the Bollywood thing happened. Spent a year in Bombay for the first year. Nothing happened. I was just meeting, networking is really, really important. One, having your talent or whatever, your experience, it also counts, but meeting the right people. Thankfully, I had MTV Rock On. So, I had all the friends really helped me when I was there for the first year. And then I contacted Ram Sampath. I contacted her, one day I messaged him, sir, I'm here in Bombay. Is there any opportunities for me to start something in Bombay? He's like, yeah, something may pop up. You may never know. If it happens, then stay back in Bombay, or else you can always go back to Bangalore. So I arrived in Bombay thinking that, okay, this is a 6-month thing. Saved up all the money, asked my mom to help me out. Luckily, I had done 2-3 videos, YouTube videos, one with Shalini.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a bass and drum jam. So that one video I was sharing with all the guys in Bombay, and I guess it was a good video, and people liked what they saw, and they're like, okay, we can hire this guy. And then the journey started. I joined my first big band. Uh, all the credit goes to this one artist for my Bombay's journey, which is Sonamohapatra. So for me, Sonamohapatra and Ram Sampath have been like the biggest mentors. They've opened up a lot of opportunities for me, guided me through the right way, how to play in context. So extremely loud drummer coming into a Bollywood scenario, it's not a good idea if you don't know what to be done. You can also get probably if you don't change to the scenario, you may not get the gig.
Correct.
Right? Because it's two different genres. So it took a lot of time to get adjusted to it, because you're also coming from that whole aggression. You want to play loud, you want to play. Eventually, I'm like, okay, if this is the journey and I have to like really change into it. It was a difficult one to suddenly play dynamics. But it took some time, but I worked on it. And then I guess from there, people saw in Bombay, met a lot of people, especially Darshan Doshi. So all of these, so I used to be in Bangalore and I used to see them, like, hear about them. Then I'm in Bombay and I could meet them, and especially Gino sir. So I used to attend his workshops when he was in Bangalore. And this was the time I'm seeing all the drummers I used to hear about, Jairo Kavi, Darshan Doshi, Gino Banks. So I could meet them in person, talk to them, and get idea about these things. And so Sonamohapatra, that's my first entry into the A-League, I would say. Lot of work. I had to practice so much. I have to get used to the music, and I guess people saw me, especially Didi, Darshan Doshi. So he gave my first opportunity to play with Salim Suleiman. He's like, I'm busy. Like, he's a super busy guy. So I'm like, yeah, I jumped on it. I'm like, yes, I would love to. And then Jay saw me playing here and there, and he's like, there's Amit Trivedi gig, do you want to pick it up? Like, yes, of course. So I jumped on all those things, and then I realized there's so many different styles of music.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is like, Bollywood is just one thing we call it, but there are different categories in Bollywood.
Yes.
It's just so many things in details. And every artist is so different. Every artist is so unique, and you have to deliver that, and you have to understand that music. So I guess these days, I don't think like a drummer. All these beautiful composers, all these beautiful artists, they've given me that that talent, or given me the information to understand. Like, you have to think
what
like a composer.
Works where. That's
don't think like a drummer.
Okay.
Your time of thinking like a drummer is over. Now you know those things. Now play musically.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got to have that transition to understand. If you really want to play across all kind of genres, if you really want to be that drummer, I guess you need to have that understanding of what to play where, and how much to play, how much not to play also.
Okay.
Yeah.
The transition, stress is a very negative word, but was it, the change when you were trying to get into a zone where you are more dynamic and trying to fit the music?
Yeah.
Was it hard?
It is. It is, because you've been playing one kind of music which you think it's the best. And when someone comes in, also there's this thing that, you know what, I was called the best back in Bangalore. And now you guys are telling me to do this, do that. Yeah. So you also fight that thing, right? You also have that, I was stuck mentally. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Like, I know that I am best. So that thing also, that groundedness is really important. I realized I was being little...
Okay.
Yeah. So things, because you can be that and you can lose the gig. It's very easy. There are 50 other guys standing behind you to take that gig.
Okay.
It's just not about knowing something and just say that, okay, I know it all. It's not, you can't be that I know it all behavior, right? Open yourself, be grounded. And it took a lot of time.
What was the process there? Like, suddenly you're given mellow songs.
Yeah.
Great compositions.
Yeah.
And, what was your process? And how did, you told me that Ram Sampath sir was guiding you. Yeah. So during the guidance, what were the suggestions that were given to be dynamic?
Play to the context. Some places you may not need you may not need the attack on the snare. Listen to the singer, listen to the song. Where the singer comes in, play a rim shot. Don't play the snare. Switch to the ride. All those tiny, tiny details where suddenly the song opens up. You're the guy who's giving the groove, but you should never overtake the singer or the music.
Correct.
It should be balanced. So hearing is really important, and dynamics is the most crucial thing. Yeah.
Okay. From the Indian scene, who were your favorite drummers that you went like, wow, this is insane?
This 4 drummers.
Okay.
Ranjit Barrett. Yeah. Jairo Kavi, Darshan Doshi, Gino Banks. So I was, when I met them over there, I was like mind blown. I'm like, okay, small.
It was like Disneyland for you.
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, okay, now you're in Bangalore, you've seen all the best metal guys and all that. Then you see videos of them, and I'm like, what is this? You don't know. I mean, you don't know what they're playing, right? You only know backbeat and double bass and all that stuff, and no dynamics, absolutely nothing. You're just beating the drums.
Correct.
Then you hear something like that, I'm like, you want to learn that. Yeah, those guys really inspired me.
Okay.
They still inspire me. They're amazing.
Of course.
They inspire all of us.
Yeah. I always watch Darshan Doshi's sessions. It's incredible.
He's too much.
Yeah. I think earlier, Amit Trivedi gigs he would play most of the time I've seen, and great stuff. So in 2015, you went to the US and you met the other bunch of drummers. Can you please share the experience?
So continuation, small bubble, Bangalore, Bombay, opens up, and there's another thing which is called the US. So your head explodes when you go there. So this was again meeting Gino sir and his place a couple of times. He used to invite all the drummers to his place and have a shed. So that's the vibe in Bombay. Everyone is like meets and greets and talks and enjoys playing music, playing drums. More like a brotherhood.
Okay.
So that I felt super strong in Bombay, and I'm like, okay, this is the place I should be, and everyone's pushing each other, everyone's supporting each other. There's absolutely no negativity.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, zero negativity. Like everyone's sharing. It can be like hey, you know what, I'm giving him my gig, he may overtake that. Zero.
Nothing like that.
No one thinks like that. Because there is respect, there's mutual understanding. Everyone's helping each other. Everyone's helping to, build the scene together and the community. So,
Correct.
And I guess the biggest hand, I would say, like Gino Banks, because he's really helped a lot of drummers, including me. Huge thank you, sir. I know what it takes for someone to come from Bangalore and get noticed and be recognized with all the artists in Mumbai. So yeah, for me it helped a lot, and he suggested me that you should try this drum fantasy camp. He used to tell all of us, because he had also participated in it, and he knew about it. And then I saw the lineup. So every year it was all the big shots, all the big guys. So I went back home and I told my dad, whatever that MBA money you had put aside, because I didn't do the masters, right? So I don't want to feel guilty, right, to ask money. I'm like, I know that you had kept that MBA money out. So can you help me out with this? My parents have been the sweetest, man. They've never said no. My parents, my sister, they've, although they had doubts, because it is a crazy career to choose. You never know what's going to happen. There'll always be worried, the family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they had that faith, okay, probably if we push him harder and support him, he may do something. Not expecting any result, but they were pushing it. They were pushing me, they're helping me. So dad said, okay, US visa happened. First time stepping into the US, solo trip. I land in US, I don't know where I am. And then, Drum Fantasy Camp, that's the camp. It's called DFC. Beautiful camp. It's for like beginners to every level. It'll be like a 5 days camp. You'll be put in a hotel. It's inclusive. Like, you pay a certain amount of money. Okay. You're there for 5 to 6 days in Chicago. And the lineup of the teachers for that year was Dave Weckel, Jojo Mayer, Benny Greb, Mike Mangini, and Steve Smith.
Wow.
So I just landed and I'm just smiling, man. As soon as I touch my feet in US, I'm just smiling. I know that I'm going to meet these guys in 1 or 2 days. It's going to be mad. And luckily for me, Darshan was also a part of the camp in the same year.
Okay.
So I contacted him. I asked him, Darshan, you're also there? He's like, yeah. He's like, can we share the room? Like, of course we'll share the room. So it was me, Darshan, in the same room, experiencing this madness for 5 days, going to the camp, coming back, having a nice pizza somewhere, coming back home, sleeping, to the room, and then again another day of another madness. So you get a schedule every day. So day one is this, day one, day two drummer, day three, day four. For me, day one was day vehicle. I'm like, probably I should just go back after this camp because I'm done. But for me, Dave Vehicle is like the biggest guy. So I met him. What do I say? There are some monster drummers. First of all, you're not. I wasn't able to even understand. Okay, if this is really happening, like your vehicle, and I'm here, I'm talking to you, and that has happened, and I'm in the US. Took a lot of time to even digest that fact. But I guess that really, really, really helped me because now you know that you have upgraded to the best of the drummers, the best of the teachers in Bombay. They have guided you so much. And then you have the next teachers where the drums really originates from, right? These are the cats who've been doing it, all the big guys, Veckel and Benny Greb. And you actually hear them. You've been watching them on YouTube.
Yes.
But you actually sit next to them and visually you're looking at them and then you're hearing everything's happening in the same room. I guess you absorb a lot. So I absorbed a lot of information in those 5 days. Even though I didn't understand anything what they were doing. Absolutely zero idea. But I could hear it. I could feel it.
Okay.
Something which I took back home. And I guess within 1 week after coming back to Bombay, people started telling me that there's some difference in your playing.
Okay.
It just happened. Maybe it was the camp because they had given some lessons. Jojo Mayer was doing a dynamic, how to play dynamics. He was his concept was that for that particular camp. Mike Mangini, obviously, he was doing all the madness. I didn't understand anything at all, but he also realized that we can count better, Indians. So he was throwing all those odd time signature counting, and me and Darshan were just peacefully counting it. So then they're like, "You guys from India? Yeah, yeah, we know better math." So every drummer, every day was a blissful one, man. So I take back a lot from that day. Starting from how to hold a drumstick.
Okay.
Recorrected everything myself. Your vehicle, and you're coming and telling me, this is how you have to hold the drumstick. Now I can't say no to that, right? So he changed the way I hold my drumstick because I was playing it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just playing it wrong, and he's like, play some single strokes, and I was just playing it, and he saw, like, if this is how you want to do it, I think you shouldn't. He's like very brutal, I was really scared, vehicles class. He doesn't smile. Pretty. I mean, I guess right now I'm seeing him smiling in all the pictures, but that day I did not smile at all. So, so he corrected my the grip. That helped a lot. I came back home and practiced that. Small details, which was really important. They were talking about posture, grip. And these guys have done it for ages, 20 years, 30 years. So absorbing all that information made a lot of change, for me. And it probably transformed my playing also.
With Adnan Sami, most of his music is very, something that's driven with Indian percussions, most of it. How did drums fit in? I'm just trying to understand you.
So, I do the sessions for Adnan Sami.
Okay.
This was completely designed. The way things go there is, there's an amazing percussionist. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of Naveen Sharma.
Okay.
Naveen ji, he's an amazing dholak player. Him and Darshan. So they have beautifully composed sections where Darshan literally plays drums like a percussion, on that particular set.
Okay.
Because it's a very different set. It's not your slamming. There are parts where you can go slam and rock, but you have to be in sync. You've heard the set, you heard the music. So there's literally the snare is going along with the dholak
Okay.
patterns, yeah. and that's the experience what Darshan has brought into the set.
Okay.
Also Adnan Sami, he also is a tabla player.
Okay.
So they've curated this so beautifully, and again for me that is another experience to go into that set, learn something new. So I guess I was called to play these things, and I was putting myself into these challenges. Obviously it was difficult initially, but later took some time to get used to these things.
Okay.
That's what I meant when I said every artist in Bollywood has a unique
Correct
style of design of their music.
Okay. Right now, what is your usual drum setup for a show?
Okay.
Does it change? Does it change artist to artist?
I guess right now I've just kept it slightly similar because I like the one particular I keep a 8, 10, 12.
Okay.
And a 14, 16 or a 16, 18. I just want to keep it like a standard thing because all the music I play requires a lot of things on the toms. And I like having those deep, rumbly toms. These days I've started using 2 bass drums for Agam.
Okay.
Yeah. We really like that. So, I mean, big thanks to vendors. They've got us the best gear right now in the country. We have Gladson. We have so many people, In Kerala, we have backed up by Music Amor. I don't know if you've heard about them. There are so many vendors over here also. I mean, Joe has also started his own. So we have got the right gear. So you have options to explore right now. You can. Initially, I was doing the 5Ps and I was just very happy about it. Now you can express. If you have more toms, I feel that I can really put more splashes wherever required.
Okay.
Agam will be slightly aggressive, and I'll be like using a stack China, and I want to go for a complete double bass because that's the place where I really open up and like go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I don't, my boys will be very, very, very disappointed if I don't do it. So other music, I mean, sometimes I don't have to carry my double bass pedal at all to certain gigs. Yeah, because it's not required. But I still want to keep those toms. I just like the view of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I may use it or not use it, but I want it to be there.
Just in case.
I might use that 8.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How did Agam happen?
Agam happened after I moved to Bombay. So
Okay.
that's yeah. So when I told you about Ux.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I was playing for Ux, Agam was also there, like in the scene, right? And I used to see them. And there was a gig where Ux and Agam played together in Counterculture.
Okay.
And I guess they had seen me playing with metal and rock acts. And GNR, Ganesh, Agam's original founding member and drummer, he had to leave the country. But whenever he was busy, because boys are all into the corporate world.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the only full-time musician and our sound engineer, Nikhil. So we are the only 2 guys who are doing this full-time. But otherwise,
Yes.
they're
all in corporate.
they're all, yeah. So whenever Ganesh was busy with the office or whatever commitments, I used to go and fill in before I joined Agam.
Okay.
This was happening when I was in Bangalore. On and off, I used to play. And then I moved to Bombay. And then I get a call that GNR had to leave permanently to US. And then Harish called me and was like, "Are you interested, to join the band?" I'm like, "Of course I'm interested, but I'm in Bombay." She's like, "It's okay, no problem." Because they're all into the office schedules and it's very hard to get time to practice and rehearse. Like, we will rehearse, but it's not a regular thing. You can be in Bombay. Whenever we rehearse, you can come to Bangalore. I said yes and started. It's been 8 years with Agam.
8 years.
8 years with Agam.
You were part of the second album.
Correct. TTR.
Amazing album.
So basically, I joined the band. I was first month into the band. I was into the album
Okay.
because I get they're already prepared. They were already working on it, and I just walked straight into the album.
How different was your experience with so many different artists and then Agam, the Carnatic rock, you can say?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
with-
another one.
Yeah,
So because that involves a lot of groove, and now you have to like do the math
Yeah.
and count and everything. And I was Carnatic music is what I've heard at home, right? But I never practiced it. I've never learned Mridangam. I've never learned Kanjira. Tabla, I've just started like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean a year ago, but it's been only 2 months of actively doing it. So when I joined Agam, absolutely no Carnatic music knowledge. It's all about just writing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It used to be like a very strenuous thing. I used to forget, so many times. But the band really helped me to, it's okay, take your time to understand. Because they were all used to it. They were already a 10-year-old band.
Yes.
They've been doing it for a long time. So now you have to count. Now not only play, they have to actively count and play progressive music.
Yes.
So Agam was my first journey into the progressive music. I used to listen to Dream Theater and all of that, but never played it, right? You just enjoy the music. Now you have to sit and play those things. So it was a task. So one thing is to count and play, one thing is to also make it groovy.
Yeah.
You can be very like an exercise thing if you only count and do things. Now you have to make it tasteful. So that also took a lot of time.
Okay.
So I guess every artist where I've gone, every band is just like a challenge thing, just pushing myself to do that. How to crack it. Yeah.
Okay. Any specific song from Agam that you found really challenging, and how did you counter that?
Celestial Nymph. Yeah. That's because we have a lot of breakdowns happening over there. How to counter it, I guess it's just about memorizing it. I always used to keep like a number with a sheet of paper with 5434, 53433 and all that. And I still used to mess it up like so badly that I realized it's not going to happen. It has to be memorized. Then you hear the guitar, then you hear the tune. That's the way to do it. I mean, you hear the song line and then remember it than to count it, because counting will take away the glory of your playing
yeah.
Because you're looking at the sheet when the 6 other people are looking at you to connect, but you're not doing it.
Yeah.
I guess that then I started probably 1 year into the band, and I was like, okay, this is going to be too much of effort to keep counting. And even everyone is like, you don't have to count so much. Just listen to the guitar line, listen to the song line. That's one way too.
Okay. Pandemic was one of the hard times for many musicians.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
As bad as it can get. It was bad for everyone, for me, for so many musicians. How bad was it for me? I was in Bombay, and it hit in 2021. I was still trying to keep my place in Bombay, although I couldn't pay the rent off. I used to talk to my owners, telling them, can you reduce the rent? I had very, very beautiful owner, the apartment owners. They reduce the rent, but still you're trying to that you've made your place in Bombay. You want to keep that. You want to keep that still going on, but that 1 year was it never felt like it'll stop. Right, the pandemic just went on and on and on. And one of the decisions what I wanted to take was to, okay, let me come back to Bangalore and just take some time out and figure it out if I have to go back. But during that time, unfortunately, lost my dad to COVID. So a lot of things changed. COVID was something which probably shouldn't have happened to me, to my family. But I guess we are just slowly coping with things and coming back. Had to leave the city because I'm with my mother, living with my mother here. So we are together. The family is all together right now. So much more in a calmer state, that we know that we don't have my biggest support, but I should be there for my mother. So I'm here in Bangalore right now, but still work keeps happening. Luckily, thankfully, things have opened up. People have realized, it can happen in different cities also. You can have musicians in different cities. Whenever there's work, they can be called.
Yeah.
It was not like that before. Now it is like that. And also because I've done that kind of networking, people know me. I've been there in Bombay for 6-7 years. So even if I live in Bangalore, I get called for work. All I have to do is land up for the rehearsal, land up for the gig. Yeah. And that's pretty much, that is helping, to keep things ahead, because I really miss living in Bombay.
Okay.
Because 6-7 years of just being there, doing things on their own and slowly trying to figure out life in Mumbai, right?
Okay.
Suddenly a shift happens like this.
Again, yeah.
You come back and then you adjust to the situation, and then luckily this dream of building a studio happened in Bangalore. With the help of my mother and sister, on my terrace in the place where I live, built a studio. It is called Drumachari Studios. So that's been actively running for the last 2 years with the help of my beautiful friends. I don't know if you know Abhinav Joshi,
Yes.
Akash Shiv Kumar. So
Yes.
they're my buddies who have helped me a lot. Sukrit Malesh.
Okay.
So these three have been a good support system when the studio was happening, and they pushed me to do it. And today I'm really happy that I have this place.
Okay.
And I open it for the musicians to come and rehearse and record. So now there are bands coming and rehearsing at my place.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So,
Great.
yeah, COVID was a dead drop. It took 3 years to come back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess life has to move on. It was extremely difficult. Losing someone who has been your biggest support, biggest pillar is something which shatters you.
Yeah.
Right? And coping up with it is very difficult. It's because not only you, it's everyone, right? It's not just me. It's my sister, my mother. We're all going through a huge, huge trauma which shouldn't have happened, and it takes time. It is taking time. It's going to take some more time, I guess. But I guess music, again, is the one thing which is keeping me alive because that's the only purpose I have right now. So, built a studio just to make my life in Bangalore be busy with music.
Correct.
Or else I would be probably even not in a better place where I am right now. Yeah, I'm in a better place right now.
I'm glad about it.
Yeah.
The name Drumachari.
Yeah.
What's the...
It's one of those days, man, where you sit and just have an afternoon lunch and you sleep. Because, see, I had just passed out from college and I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
And my dad was completely worried. I'm like, this guy is sitting home. You're supposed to be going for work, right?
Correct.
And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And how do I, what are the thoughts coming in my head right now? Can I do? I'm not even a full-time musician yet. I'm still figuring out, but I already have a stage name ideas popping in my head. So why Drumachari? Okay. So basically my surname, our surname is Achar.
Okay.
Okay. Me and my dad, we haven't kept it. So my granddad's name is Ramalingachar.
Okay.
So we are Achars.
Okay.
We're the sculptors and goldsmiths. We come from that. I play the drums.
Okay. Drumachari. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool name.
Very.
It's a cool name.
I'm glad you're saying it's cool because when I coined that and then after 2-3 days, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't call it because they may call it cringe. Because they'll be connecting it to Brahmachari. And they'll be like, you'll always be the one drummer you'll never get. Anyone.
Okay.
Thankfully, that's not the case. And I guess I was telling myself, okay, Drumachari, and then normalized it in my head. And now people also call me that,
Okay.
which is a good thing. Yeah. That's the story of Drumachari.
Okay. Cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Jugalbandis that happen, it happens mostly with Carnatic musicians a lot, and with bands there are, but not so many. And I'd seen one of the clips and I went insane. Do you guys? I mean, was there a plan that we're going to do a Jugalbandi, or did it just happen that way?
It just happened. So I guess it was before the second album popped up, we were just doing a simple solos, nothing in sync. So basically the percussionist, Anna, we call him Anna, Sivakumar, big brother. So he is also JNR's elder brother.
Okay.
So previous drummer. So back then they were brothers handling Agam's drum and percussions. And I came in. So then it took me some time as well. He's playing a couple of DTXs,
Yes.
your Tritom and all. He used to play, Anna used to play all that. I guess slowly we started designing when we decided Kut Over Coffee. That is like a party song, we just, have you heard Kut Over Coffee?
Yes.
So he goes mad on the timbale and all that stuff. And I guess eventually, I really don't remember how this started, but it grew. What you hear right now, the Jugalbandis right now, it has taken a lot of time to come there.
To get
Gradually.
there. Okay.
Gig on gig, we've been retuning, refining it. But the end goal was make people dance. That is the end goal. clear cut. Initially, I was going all technical, trying to show off chops and all that. But you have 2,000, 3,000 people waiting, just looking at you and I'm like, what is he doing? They can understand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that they can't understand it, but maybe not the best way to entertain them. You know, it's gonna, for me, I guess, when we started deciding, okay, let's keep it, you know, crowd friendly, let's keep it, but still play. And I go all in metal. I will do all those chops. I will still do it, but not get into like not get into like your 7s and 5s and all that. You know, you keep it simple, but still go metal and all that stuff. And that's what that whole thing happened. And then I carry forward it to Anna. Anna will bring something from there. And then we go into another genre. I'll play like a 4 on the floor. And then he plays some Arabic stuff. But we try to keep that one thing going on, like the energy. Keep building it. And then just have fun, basically. We both are having fun. And we know that we can see people also having fun.
Yes.
If we both are having fun, people are having fun.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear the crowd, you know, react to your stops and things like that.
Oh, man. No, that's what, when we tested it the first time, I was like, oh my God, people are actually reacting to this.
Yes.
How do I give more to them now, you know? Make more stops, make more interesting things. And then I guess the ideas keep popping up. I guess it'll still pop up. And we are in that thing that we'll still refine it. We'll still do interesting things. Probably I might come and dance next time. I don't know. But I want to just have fun on stage. You know, Agam is purely just having fun. And we are blessed to have such fan base, you know. Just
absolutely
mind-blowing, man. I mean,
Agam has, I feel, one of the most dedicated fan base. And it's so good to see that.
No, we really get humbled and feel so grounded when people are coming in large numbers. This is the monsoon season, right? We had 2 gigs. We played in Mysore Dasra and we played in Kochi. Rains were non-stop throughout the gig. No one moved. Now, in such situations, you feel like, do I really deserve this? Like, you know, what have we done that people are actually like sitting and paying so much attention to what we're doing?
That
connect. Moved me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, I don't know. I mean, that's a blessing.
Respect to those fans, you know.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, bands are there because fans are there. That is, again, you know, it's an exchange that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that there is something like that.
No, seriously, I mean, each and every fan, I really want to thank for giving us so much love everywhere. Be it outside India, you know, we go to US, we go to Singapore, we have like full sold out shows.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what, man. I mean, thank you so much. We will be doing more of this and more surprises ahead.
Amazing.
For sure.
So when the second album was getting recorded, were you part of the composition phase?
Yeah. So I was sent, boys are already like, you know, even the songs were like, you know, still in the building phase. They were also working on it. And I guess we went into the studio directly with the drums. And we were designing it while we recorded.
Okay.
So we booked the studio for 10 days for drums. 10 days.
Wow.
To track all the 5 songs. Yeah, 5 songs. On the spot, I'm having pen and paper. Harish is telling me, guiding me, TPK. Praveen is like, you know, he's playing the riffs. This is how we have to play hits, all that stuff. Again, a new experience for me to do that in the studio. Like, you know, I'm not even prepped completely. We don't have the full song ready. You have to do it there, learn it, and go track it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That was intense, right?
That was intense. Yeah. Oh man, I had to. Day 7, I took Dolo. That's still a thing. So we talk about it even now, you know. I had to, like, I really caught, because it was so intense, because I'm not used to these hardcore, you know, progressions and calculations and all that. Because it's an everyday thing. You play for 6-7 hours a day, go back home, wake up, come, go back home. And by the 5th, 6th, 7th day, I'm already like, my body's giving up.
Okay.
But I had to push myself. I know that we've already scheduled this.
Yes.
We can't go beyond this. But very supportive, you know, they're all around me. It's like, you know, don't worry so much. I was like, I caught fever on the 7th day. Yeah. Because it was that much of, you know, I'm taking so much tension. I have to deliver. It's a big album. I've got a big opportunity to do something, which it's on my, you know, I have to deliver. It's there. So came out well, I guess. Yeah.
Of course. The moment you listen to it, you're like it's insane.
Yeah.
This was produced, maybe not the right word. Hriday Goswami was involved,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Of course.
Yes.
He's made it. Whatever you. I mean, here he's done all the beautiful things. I mean, there's so many instruments in that, man. You have the choir, you have the string instrument. It is just beautifully mixed everything.
Yes.
It sounds beautifully because he was there, managing things, helping us out throughout even the drum recording. He was there sitting for all the 10 days.
He's such a dedicated person.
Yeah.
So they
And
were
the sweetest.
Yeah, very sweet, very sweet.
But also a perfectionist. I remember Hriday, like, if I don't get that snare, it's like, I'm already tired. Like, he's like, delete it, play it again.
Yeah. He's
like, until I get the right, data.
And that
okay.
skill is not a joke, bro.
It's not a joke.
Trying to understand that's the right take.
Yeah.
That is something, and that is, all my heart goes out to.
No, that was a learning for me also.
Yeah.
You can't just get away by doing some random.
What was your drum setup like?
We had like we had octobans also for that. So
okay.
Yeah, we just set it up. We were like, okay, we'll use it or not. We'll just keep it one big spread. Pearl reference, all the toms, all the cymbals lined up.
Okay.
I still have the pictures of it. Yeah.
What is your cymbal brand that you use?
Currently, I'm using Zildjians.
Okay.
Yeah. Journey started with Minels, Sabians. I used to have a lot of Sabians back home.
Okay.
When I was in Bangalore. Moved to Bombay, explored Minels because Minel was around and I could hear a lot of metal drummers using it. And I was into metal, right? So I loved the Dark series by Minel. But then I also realized Zildjians much more sweeter when it comes to all kind of genres.
Correct.
Yeah. So, because I was also lot more into the pop and, preferred Zildjians.
Correct.
So, currently with Zildjians.
You're also endorsed with Zildjians?
Yeah. Endorsed with Zildjians, endorsed with Promark and Evans Drumheads.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Coming to, when you have gigs with artists from Bombay, if they are coming up with an original, do you get involved in the process of writing?
Of course. Absolutely. So
and how does that work? I mean, you're living here. They're there.
I go there.
Okay.
I fly around. So that's what, like, not having a place hasn't stopped me, anything. I just take a flight and just go there, land up. Thankfully, I have good friends who can, lend me a couch. So, whatever part of the any writing process, I just go land up. I'm there for the rehearsals. I stop my work in Bangalore here, I go there, be there for some time, finish that and come back.
How many, now since you travel, how much time do you spend on, practice? Is there a schedule of a day-to-day practice?
There's no schedule as such now. It was before, before things got, I guess right now it's more of listening to new things and randomly I just land up in the studio on the drum kit and just play.
Okay.
Or I'm probably learning a new song and, an artist sends me a song, I'm learning the set. There's something to learn in that as well, I just try to see what I can do in that particular arrangement.
Okay.
So it's more of creative process than learning as of now. And I know that I've put a pause on the learning, but I should go back to it, but I'm not able to find time.
Okay.
Maybe it's not the right reason, but I should do it. Sometimes I take up, recently I did a metal album for a friend of mine.
Okay. So, can we know who the artist is?
He's a very good friend. Ishwar, his name is.
Okay.
Ishwaran. He's living in Amsterdam. He was in Bangalore before. I forgot his band name though. So, but we knew each other as friends, and so he sent me his new song. So he's gonna release it next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please let us know. We'd love to listen to it.
It's like full intense metal album.
Okay. So were you doing a metal after some time,
after
a long
very
time? Yeah.
Like yeah.
And how was it getting back to that memories?
Fully shaking off all the rust. It took a lot of time to even get adjusted to it. I'm happy always to, and now I'm happy that I know I can actually switch back to that and still come and do this. Before it was like I can only do one thing. Now I can switch back mode A, metal, mode B,
Nice.
Carnatic, mode C,
Yeah.
ballad, and some swing.
Okay.
It's really important. If you want to do full-time music, if you want to think this can be a career, please listen to all kind of genres, play everything.
Don't restrict yourself.
Don't restrict yourself because it's beautiful to learn. There's so many things.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't even touched like 5% of it. Yeah. There's so much to learn.
Someone saying this that is not is just the 5%.
No, man, it's endless.
True.
It's
I
endless.
agree.
Probably even this lifetime is not enough to understand so many things. Yeah.
That deep.
Yeah, it is. It is deep.
Any other percussions that you've tried?
Yeah. Not formally trained in any percussions, but cajon and djembe is like the most common thing. I was also part of a drum circle. Drum jam. Have you heard of drum
I've
jam?
heard, yes.
Yeah. Roberto Narayan. So,
Yes.
so when I was in Bangalore, I used to be part of drum circle.
Okay.
And I used to play drums for Vasundhara Das. So that was my entry into the actual commercial music.
Okay.
It happened in Bangalore. I was still like playing rock drums because I was in Bangalore, still being a metal drummer and all that. So Vasundhara and Rome, I obviously will never forget the opportunity you guys have given me. Drum circle has helped me a lot to build the idea of having again how to play drums, when not to play drums, because Rob also comes from this whole. He was a rock drummer, Millennium,
Yes.
if you know about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then his style is also like he's played across different styles of music. He's recorded, and percussion's also his thing. So he has given me that perspective of how to play. Where how. Like if you're playing a groove, where is the place? You have to give place to the percussionist as well, right? Where to come in and go. So those things also I picked it up from there.
Okay.
From them, they both are amazing. They've helped me a lot as well. So cajon, djembe happened with drum circle. Then a bit of tabla happened when I was in college. Learned for 3 months and then I just left it. That's about it, man.
Okay.
Nothing deeper into the percussion space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your takes on electronic drums?
I guess it's the next big thing. Yeah. It'll never be the same as the acoustic.
Yeah.
But I think in the studio scenario, it can be the best thing for you to record quickly. If you want to quickly just track something, that can be the best thing to go for. But for me, I'm still old school. I mean, it's not old school. It's the current thing. I love miking my drum kit. I love doing all those things. But I feel digital drum kit can be the next. It can take over all these things.
Because now people have got good samples and, there is the velocities do a great job in getting the tones right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I started, the drums were okay, digital drums were still not doing that great, Now you have everything happening. There are some tons of sensor in a snare drum.
Yeah.
You put your hand on the palm on the snare drum, and it's already changed into a rim shot tone. There are so many things happening, so many details.
Yeah.
Roland has come up with they've collaborated with DW. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
So you don't need to go through a plugin now. It's you don't need your superior drummer. It's already there in the kit.
It's all there.
You just plug and play.
Amazing, right?
Yeah. So in a studio scenario, it'll really make a big impact. But for me, live is still. I won't enjoy playing a digital drum kit in a live scenario. I'll never enjoy it. I know that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Coming to drum mixes. Whenever I listen to Bon Jovi track, I'm not a big metal guy, but coming to rock, Bon Jovi, Nirvana,
Okay.
Those drums used to be so heavy and so impactful, especially Smells Like Teen Spirit when and it just burst of energy, and the way it was tracked then in tape with the musicians were crazy enough, right?
Yes.
And I wonder how the engineers and producers tracked these drums, and even till date, I think you can say they're one of the best sounding.
Easily.
Yeah.
We're not. I don't see anyone doing on those standards even now. Like,
Yeah.
as actually, if I go back to what I said, yes, we have the digital drum kit option, but I don't think you can still
You can't
replicate.
get that. I think there's so much involved in terms of, first of all, the rooms that they understood so well, the miking they understood so well, and the sounds they got in. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
I think
Monstrous,
yes,
massive sounding.
Recent Linkin Park album that they launched, released, right? Even I love the drum mix. I was like, especially their drum mixes were good. Not that it's but especially the.
I don't know the details about how they did that. How they did that.
I'm sure it would have been, there would have been some samples here and there, but the drum mix was good.
Yeah.
Feels good,
absolutely.
Burst of energy, and you get into the groove, and they're like, full aggression just comes in, and that's what drums do to you. Right?
I guess 2 songs which impacted me recently. One is this, and one is Mike Portnoy's re-entry to Dream Theater.
Yeah.
They got the sound back. Yeah. I'm really happy. Yeah. I can hear.
And I think there was an emotional moment.
Absolutely, man. We were rehearsing, and then this popped up on the YouTube, and we shut everything.
Yeah.
We stopped the rehearsal. We just heard him. Like, damn, the same recording quality. It's
Yes. And can you imagine the emotional connect that, he was in tears.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Like, that's what music does to you. And it's been, so many years of, they've been together, and crazy. That was one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, I use the digital drum kit if as per the song's requirement also. Sometimes if it is really required. Now recently I had a brief of a Bryan Adams Please Forgive Me. I just recorded for one of my friends. So I initially thought I'll just program it. I could have done a superior drummer. Then I just did not like it. I mean, I was traveling with my MIDI keyboard and all that. I asked my friend also, sometimes I'm very, okay, I know limited knowledge about how to do this, how to route the superior drummer into all channels and all that. I'm just doing all the research, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? I have a studio. I built a studio. Let me just go home and then do it. And then sat for 3 hours, recorded the drums, played with some, plugins. I was doing A and B, Please Forgive Me, and this, my song, or this new song or whatever I recorded. So I was trying to get that impact, what you said, that big sounding thing. I'll probably send you the song later.
Please do.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
I mean, I still have limited microphones and okay-ish room, but I felt, okay, I've done some justice to the reference what they've given. Yeah.
Yadu, have you worked on any movies?
Yes, I have 2 movies for now. So one by composer Manan Shah. This happened in 2022, if I'm not wrong, 21-22.
Okay.
I have actually forgotten the name of the song, but it's this one song in the movie which I will remember, and I'll probably tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know when I'll remember it, but yeah, that is one. And another song, recently it got released. It's called Gharat Ganpati, the movie.
It's a
Marathi movie.
Okay.
It's super popular right now. It's just making all the rounds and all the film festivals and all that. So I played the title track. So the composer is Sanket Sane. Very close friend of mine, my buddy. He used to play keys with Sonamohapatra. He still plays keys with Sonamohapatra now and then, but he's a busy guy making a lot of movies. So his movie, I got a chance to play the drums on the title track.
Okay.
So these 2 movies.
Nice. I'll post the links in the description below. I'll do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Any suggestions for the young drummers that you have on the mistakes that you've made in the beginning and how they can work on it?
There's no shortcuts for anything. I tell all my students, spend a lot of time. I mean, maybe not the mistake. The mistakes I've done is did not concentrate on dynamics. Yeah, which I should have done it a long time ago. I just struggled through controlling my, the urge to play loud. If you're coming from the rock metal circuit, you just did not even process that I have to play soft. So going through all your grooves, all your exercises, you have to like work on different kinds of tempos, different kinds of dynamics, and from the very beginning, because it is important. And basic things are like you have to do this on a long run, right? Protect your ears. Yeah, that's the biggest mistake I've done. So I used to play metal left, right, center. I have tinnitus.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's been there for like 5-6 years now. I guess most of the Bangalore metal musicians we have tinnitus. So protect your ears. That I would say to any drummer. Posture.
Okay.
Yeah, sit properly and arrange the drum kit. You never reach to the drum kit. The drum kit should always be.
Okay.
You never move your body.
Move.
Yeah, it should always be there. You sit upright and things should be around you. You should never go for the drum kit. Like you should never set it up so far away or lower. You should be like just sit upright, straight. Wear your earplugs and have everything around you to your reach.
Okay.
That will take you for a longer journey. Yeah, you will not injure your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we have a rapid fire round, but
Okay.
I will always tell the guests, so not to worry, to be quick on your answers. You can take your own time. It's just few questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super slow I'll answer. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. A show that changed your life. This can be both you performing or you watching a band.
I guess for me, I mean, in terms of my journey, I would say the show which changed a lot of the way things went for me in life is that first show with Sonamohapatra.
Okay.
Yeah, I take it as the something which changed so many things for me in life. That call to play that gig was a very important thing for me. So that I'll remember as my show which impacted me a lot is when Metallica came to Bangalore. I'm like, what is this scale? Does things even happen like this? Four
Massive.
people just making so much noise, and just it's crazy.
Yes.
To even pursue. To even understand what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, we had like great gigs coming to Bangalore back then, right? All this Megadeth, and
Absolutely.
that is what drove us to take that. Let's do this. Even we can do this. Probably we put in more effort, and so those gigs made a huge impact. When all these Rock in India gigs, which used to come to Bangalore, Iron Maiden, Lamb of God, I have not missed any gigs. Attended all. Everything is just given me some inspiration to take this ahead. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. An artist you look forward to perform with. It can be indie or any Bollywood artist or international.
Wow, never thought about this. I'm just going with this journey. It can be some random thing also, right? Like, it can be some, Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
One
I
insane
know that I've
band.
not put even half effort into it, but there is this. I love that band, man.
Yeah.
It's incredible burst of energy. Yeah. If that will be the dream band, if I could. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not even close to what Eloy does, but yeah.
Okay. An artist, basically a drummer or a percussionist that you would like to jam with, like a Jugalbandi.
Jugalbandi. Okay. In India? Outside? Anywhere?
Anywhere.
Any drummer?
Any drummer.
Wow, interesting. There's so many drummers. Who should I pick now? Wow. Maybe Weckl again. Yeah. Because I had that opportunity once.
Correct.
So in that camp, in a particular camp, he used to call a student. Every student can get a chance to come and play, sit next to him and play a groove because he wanted to come and test like how we play and to check. So then everyone used to come and play the groove and then go back. And then I got my chance, my opportunity to come play because he's on his kit and we are on another kit. So I started playing. For everyone else, he was literally, okay, good, go back and all that stuff. So I started playing. I can see like a peripheral vision that he's looking at me. And then he was like, okay, that's good. And then he started playing a solo. I don't know what happened. It only happened with me. He just enjoyed playing solo. I was just holding a groove.
Wow.
And he was just playing a solo on that. I'm just looking away now. I'm like crying or something like that. I'm just too happy that Weckl is playing a solo over my groove. And then he told me to stop. And then he's like, That's how you play a groove. And he told the entire class. And if I can get a chance to do that again, like where I'm just holding the groove, I'm not playing anything. The Jugalbandi, where I'm just playing the groove and let him solo. If I can do that again, I'll be very happy.
Amazing, bro. I hope that happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is next upcoming with you?
What is next? Next big thing will be in terms of bands. Agam is, I don't know. We've also announced about this that we are coming up with an album.
Okay.
Album 3. We've been talking about this too much. People are waiting. I know that whenever I speak to anyone, they'll be like, yeah, it's coming out, it's coming out. Even I don't know when it's going to come out. Probably next year, the first half. It's going to be massive.
We're waiting.
It's going to be massive. That's the next big thing.
Okay.
So the band is back in the rehearsal room now. We are prepping the songs to take it live.
Okay.
We are also taking time to understand what you've done. So that is the big thing. Otherwise, for the longest time, I've been thinking I have to do something on my own, which is never taking off at all. So probably I should take some time and relax and think what I should do next. I really want to work something on my own. Just brainstorm and see if something pops up in my head and produce everything on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, may not be only drums in the song. I also very minimal production I do. I've taken up a couple of jingle work and all that for ads. So I have very basic knowledge on and all that. But I want to use all of it and see if I can do something.
Yeah.
Of all these years, if I can do it, if I put one song out, probably I've done something good.
I'm sure you'll do it and we're waiting for it.
Yeah.
Please let us know with all your updates. We want to talk about it,
And that is this one. Then in Bombay, there are a lot of projects happening, especially with Sonamohapatra. We have this new show which has popped up, which is beautifully designed and curated by Sona. It's called Lal Pari Mastani. You will see a lot of me posting about those stories and posts. So that is, we are taking that into a different phase right now. So back in Bangalore, Agam is happening. Back in Drumachari studios, I'm trying to sit in one corner and see what I can do. These are the 3 things.
Okay.
And my session works, whenever it comes, I happily take them and try to give my best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
This was so good. So thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank
We're
you.
so honored and we're so happy that we had this amazing conversation. So best of luck. Keep us posted about your work. We want to talk about it. Yeah?
For sure. Thank you so much, Dinkar. Thank you. I mean, you guys are doing amazing. Sujeth, who is behind the camera right now. So, and the entire team of Art and Culture Tribe. You guys are doing a great thing. I see a lot of my friends, my musicians, we've been asked the questions and we've never had anyone asking about these things. And probably this will help us and the next, whoever wants to listen to us and wants to get into this full-time music or whatever. These things can help them to grow or it's great what you guys are doing. So
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that was a video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon. We will see you in the next episode. Bye.